Okay, hello everybody on Facebook and YouTube and all of the pages that we've currently got this running live on. The best thing you've got to try and do, if possible, is to get people watching. The best thing to do that is either comment, react to it. A heart emoji is always nice, shows us a bit of love. And as well as that, please share it. Comment and share it, okay? Instead of just sharing it, write a little post saying this is about Challenge 4. If you want to tag somebody in it, tag Ollies Army battling against Battens. So, if you've been not paying any attention to social media, you will not know what the latest challenge is. So I'm going to give you a very quick heads up and rundown about it. So this is the 4th challenge that I've set up, only instead of me going through the pain, I've invited a load of friends to do it as well. So a little bit differently, we've hired an airfield. We've hired a massive airfield, biggest airfield in the UK, Elvington Airfield in York. We've got a 2.5 mile straight with a taxi area that comes all the way around. So what we're going to be doing on that is we're going to be holding a couple of events. We've got a kids race the runway all the way down. Okay. This is where Top Gear do all of their land speed records and Guy Martin does all this crazy stuff. We're also going to be doing, trying to set essentially, I think it'll be a world record with a 2.5 mile tire flip. So we're going to have up to 5 guys helping with that. I am not one of them because I'm not that crazy. Then we're also going to be running our very own 26.2 mile marathon. And that is going to be around the entirety of the airfield. Now, we are doing this obviously for the charity. What's amazing here is that the charity is Ollies Army battling against Battens. More and more people now know what Battens disease is, thanks to the work that we're doing just to get awareness out. Our aim is we've got to raise £250,000 in order to get the trial going that is going to help kids suffering with Battens disease. We've gone over that a lot, so a lot of people now are starting to understand the importance of it. So now it's for us to actually raise the money. The previous challenge raised about 25 grand with the plane marathon. We need more than that. Okay, the best thing to do that is to get as many people involved as possible. So all of the guys I'm going to bring on, they're going to be doing their own challenges. Okay, they are going to be working on their own challenges, and it could be anything. Some of them are running marathons, some of them are cycling in from different points around the country. They're all doing different things. Our aim now is to make sure that everybody knows who they are and what they are doing. We're going to have one Just Giving page set up, and then every single person will use that page for them to get their donations. If I got a certain amount of donations just from me, if we can push that out there and have 20, 30, 100, 500 people taking part, it gives us a much greater opportunity to raise the funds. Okay. So I'm going to bring a couple of people on today and introduce you to some of the the nutty team who are doing crazy stuff. They're going to tell you kind of how they're doing in terms of their training, what it is they're going to be doing, and if they are prepared or very ill prepared for what it is they've got to do. They've got 6 months, so there's no excuses. They'll be absolutely fine. So a couple of guys that I'm going to bring on now. Okay, obviously you'll know Mike, very good public speaker now. He won't like me saying it, but he's a very good public speaker now. So I bring on first, he is obviously Ollie and Amelia's dad, who runs Ollie's Army battling against Battens. So boom, I'm going to bring him on first. And then I'm also going to bring on as well our resident Ibiza DJ in Mark. Okay, amazing. There we go. I've got you all on. So these 2 guys were at the airfield on the first challenge, and it was the first time that we've all done a challenge together, and it was very good fun. They were awesome support people. They pretty much stayed up the entire time, and I'm pretty sure that Mark was actually DJing the whole time. So all we're going to do is go over the plan of what it is that we want to try and do. Now, we need to make basically the finish line is what we want the amazing thing to be. So bear in mind, it's everyone from everywhere, whether you're doing the tire flip, the run, the kids run, the cycle, whatever you're doing, we've got to make it look crazy at the end. All right. Because everyone's aim is just to make it to the finish line, whether or not they need to crawl there or not, they've got to make it to the finish line. So we'll go over. Mark, have you got any plans of what we can do to make it look good, sound good, all that stuff?
Well, obviously last year was a bit of a damp squib, really, wasn't it? Because we wanted everybody there. We wanted the crowds. We wanted people enjoying themselves and everything else like that. So this year, similar to the same that what we did beforehand, but I'm thinking more speakers, more lights.
More AC/DC.
Sorry, AC/DC. Well,
Mate,
you see,
come on.
I'm
I've got
not a
to be
big rock fan. I'll be honest with you. I know you are, Carl. I know you are a big rock fan. But yeah, we'll be having certainly loud music. You did mention at some point all the way down the field. Now that's a lot of
I
cable.
got carried away. That's the ADHD in me. I got a little bit carried away on that bit.
That's a lot
To be
of
fair,
cable.
mate, the speakers that you've got reach all. The sound goes all the way down.
Yeah, I don't mess around with my club. When we go big. Here's my plan for it. So because we've got people coming from so far out and all over the place, I think that the runway, because it's so wide, anybody hasn't been there, the runway is so wide. It's like 25 meters across or 30 meters across? It might be more than that.
Something stupid like that, yeah. It's
yeah.
wide.
Well, we've got the marathon set as like a run all the way around, which is brilliant. We've got that full marathon loop. I think we have the center area potentially for the tire flip, because I don't know, it's central. It's maybe a bit easier.
But it's harder for them as well. It's grippy.
It's very, there you go. Makes it good, doesn't it? And then all the people who are coming in essentially externally, because we've got, there's people doing like 3-day walks now and 3-day cycles and everything. I think we have an area set up around the side, so they come around, and then we've essentially got people finishing the marathon at one point, the tire flip in the middle, and people coming in from all around the country on the opposite side. So we have to make it wide if that's doable.
Doable? Oh, of course, yeah.
Amazing.
Of course he's doable. We'll put anything together.
We also need to set up a media tent or something like that. Now, we've got a little area anyway, which is pretty handy, but it'd be good to get something set up on the runway with people being able to broadcast live. So, for example, some of the other guys we've got coming a little bit later on, like Kev and Lewis, they're going to be actually cycling in from distances outside of Elvington. So it'd be good for us to have essentially a setup similar to this, where we can go live to, say, Lewis, or live to Kev, or Kev Baldwin in Scotland, or something like that, saying they are now this many miles away. It's this much time. How are they feeling? And when they got them dying over the front of the bike, going, "Oh, I can't really do it," that is going to raise more money, it's going to raise more funds, because we don't want all the people who are watching this to think it's easy. It's got to be hard. Okay, the project was based around pushing yourself to the absolute limit, which is kind of what we want. So I think we have to do that, which means people are going to be knackered. So they need to be G'd up. So we need lights. We need, you had them stroby things that were kind of going on.
Yeah, I got in trouble for them.
Did you?
Yeah, they were interfering with Leeds International Airport.
Seriously?
Because I had the beams going up into the sky like that.
Yeah,
they were actually interfering with air traffic control at Leeds International.
Don't worry about it. I spoke to him. They said it's fine for that one day. It's fine.
Excellent.
So you spoke to Carl. He said it's fine, so we have to jog on. Right. So we're on for that. We're on for that.
That's
right.
Cool.
So I'm going to bring on someone now who is doing his first marathon. Now you'll recognise this guy, because obviously we got a lot of views on the live videos and the live streams that we did, called Nathan, and you'll know him. He's one of the coaches of my kickboxing school, but also he's addicted to Monster energy drinks. And you'll notice, I think he had about 15 or 16 Monster energy drinks on the run, but it kept him awake. And technically,
I think by the time of it, we're all addicted.
I know, yeah. But he did the marathon walking backwards, because he stuck with me the entire time as I played and did a marathon walking backwards, looking at the camera. So, this next will be really easy. Running a marathon, though, is, I think, something that everybody should really want to try and do at some point. I think it's like ticking off a, like a checklist, like, finally run a marathon.
Is he going to do it backwards as well?
I'm gonna let him go forwards this time. I felt, be a bit nice. It's his second time. Plus, he's not going to be able to drink as many monsters. I think it makes it more realistic. So he's started his training already. I think he did his first one because he was just recovering from COVID. So we'll let him off a little bit. He went out. I think he did a 2K first. We'll bring him on and see what he has to say. No monster in his hand, though. It doesn't look like. Right, there we go. Nathan, how are we doing? Oh, hang on a second. Has he muted himself?
He has.
Unmute yourself, you plant pot. There we go.
Is that better?
That's better. That works better. That does. Your lip reading's not what it was.
If you don't mute it, you see. Yeah, no.
Go for it. How is the training? And what have you done so far?
Well, obviously, like you said, I'm recovering from COVID, which, let me tell you, does nothing for your lungs.
Good for your waistline, though, isn't it? You've lost a bit of weight.
I mean, it's great for my waistline. I've lost half a stone. Back to fighting weight, it's great. Yeah, so I managed to do 2K first day out of my isolation. But it just felt like somebody was stood on my lung, so I had to stop. And then I've done 6K Tuesday before snow. But obviously, snow stopped me going out. And I've been for
a little bit of
3.5K
so
run today.
put you guys out for a second. There we go. Carry on, dude. Can hear you.
No better.
So, realistically, if you went out tomorrow, what could you run? How far?
When we did 6K, it was quite comfortable.
6 kilometers.
So we'll see.
6 kilometers.
Yeah.
Okay. I think a marathon is about 44.
I'm actually a bit further than that.
I think a marathon is about 44.
I've checked it. It's 42.5.
42.5? Really? We're in overachievers, though, aren't we? We're going to be more. No, it's fine. 42 kilometers. That's dead easy then. Light work.
Well, yeah.
Right. Okay. Good
Well,
stuff.
it's break it down. It's 410K, isn't it? That's it.
Yeah, but something that everyone needs to know is that Nathan will not be running a marathon normally. Would you like to elaborate on? Go on.
So there's 10 of us, all running the marathon, dressed as Disney princesses.
Lifelong goal. Running a marathon dressed as a Disney princess. Not completing it is the least of your worries. It's going to be live streamed to the world.
Yeah. Can't wait, yeah. Names have been drawn. We all know who we are now, so just training now, that's it.
Go on, who are you?
Yeah, we all know who we are. That's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
It's a secret.
Fair enough. I imagine you do really well with it because I've seen you on a Saturday night out, so that's all good. Right, well, I'm going to let you get back. Well, you've done your run already, so I'm going to let you off a little bit. All right? So you're the first person who I've actually spoke about running a marathon. There's going to be a lot of people running a marathon on the day. I'm hopeful to try and get about 100 runners. That is the aim. Okay, there's going to be quite a lot of people there. So you have to G each other up as much as is humanly possible because you've never run a marathon. If any of the people who are running with you, have they run a marathon?
No.
Brilliant. Perfect. Right, that's all we need then. That's all we need. So what I'll do is I'm going to keep checking in with Nathan all the time just to see how we're doing. So he's managed a 6K so far, which is, 6K, 42K. It's just little margins. It'll take nothing in the slightest.
Small margins, mate, that's all.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll drop you out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a couple of the people in, but hang on in the back room just for a bit because if there's any questions at the end, I want to see what responses everybody has. Okay, so I'm going to drop Nathan out just for a second. Right, so the next thing that we're going to be doing, which is a bit crazy, is the runway is 2.5 miles long. I got a couple of people. Well, we're going to have 5 in the end. We've got 3 of them here today, but 5 of them who are going to be trying to tire flip, and I'm going to tell them how much the tire actually weighs today, and they've already said yes, so they can't get out of it because this is live. They're going to try and tire flip the entire airfield, okay, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I bring Mikey on first. I've got you. I'm going to bring James on. I've got you, and I've got Mario on as well. Perfect. Right, how are we all doing? Are we all good?
Yeah, not bad.
Amazing. Right. So these guys are the ones who are going to be doing the tire flip. All right. Now, I said originally, I'm not going to lie. I think I had a beer when I came up with the idea. So it's not, it's just kind of one of them things. 2.5 miles long. you can actually see from one end of the runway, if you put your eye down, you can follow the curvature of the Earth. That's how long the runway is. So we needed to source a tyre. I've sourced the tyre, okay? It was supposed to be 115 kilos. They said, you don't do that, it's too easy. So the tyre that we've got is a super strongman tyre, and it's 200 kilos.
Too easy.
Too easy.
Love it.
You heard it here first. Mario said it's
too easy, that, bro.
So I've been speaking to the guy who did it, because we're getting it from a gym and they all do strongman training, stuff like that. And they said that basically it's essentially, because when you get it up a little push, it's a little bit easier and stuff like that. But you need to be able to comfortably do a 200k deadlift, really, to get it up. So I'll go to Mario first. Mario, how's your 200k deadlift?
Carl, you know me, bro. I'm strong, but I'm not that strong. But I can get that strong, bro.
Right, you got to get that strong, right? Okay, Mikey, how are we with
deadlift?
Yeah, man. Mikey, how are we deadlift wise? Yeah, what can you do?
I don't know. 190, 2. I don't know for reps. A bit, but how many pushes are we thinking?
Well, it's 2.5 miles, man.
Yeah, but before I can tag me mate in.
Well, it depends. If you could, let's say that you do 2, and then Mikey comes up and Mikey does like 2, 3, something like that. But if you can do like 6 in a row, just smash 6 in a row. The thing is, you're gonna have to get your recovery right.
But guess what?
Go on.
We got time.
You got 6
months deadlifting, bro.
You got 6 months, right? So go on then, Mikey. What was yours? What's your deadlift? Ish.
At the minute, 180 ish.
180.
As it stands.
6 months.
So,
you got 206 months, haven't you?
Oof.
Try.
206 months. The good thing is it gives us all something to actually work towards now and really go for and work on. James, I mean, a stupid question. What's the deadlift at the moment?
Last time
5,000
for it. No, we're on 220 kg 4-3 last time I tried.
About 220. So James is one of the. I mean, I've had James in my kickboxing school now since he was like tiny. He is now a unit. He's a proper unit. So I mean, we've got 3 people at the moment. Realistically, I was speaking to the strongman guys today. We need 5. They're going to try and get hold of another 2 people to jump in there, but it's hard to convince sane individuals to want to tire flip a 200 kilo tire for 2.5 miles live stream to the world. Given the fact that the last live streams we did in total got 1.3 million views, chances are a lot of people are going to see it. So the question is now, how long do you think we're going to need to do it for?
What do you mean?
How long do we need? I haven't a clue. I've never flipped a tire.
How long we need to flip it?
Yeah. I mean, how long is it going to take? Because we want to be aiming to finish at, say, 4 or 5 p.m., something like that.
We could do it. It's not too difficult.
It is. Easy.
It's not. Do you know what? It's that easy, mate. I'll do 2 tires. I'll do them with 2, one on that hand and one on that hand at the same time.
Yeah, but I'm a bit mental. I'm a bit mental, bro. So if you tell me
your confidence, Maz, I'm not joking. I feel it's going to be easy now. I feel we should get up the weight of the tire the way you're talking.
No, don't do that.
No,
definitely don't do that.
We'll leave it at that.
At the end of the day, Carl, it's for a good cause, innit? So whatever the weight, got to do it.
Oh, I like it. Yeah. He's good on the camera, innit? He's good on the camera.
Definitely.
Right, so 6 months' time then. Has everybody here got a way that they can actually train for this ridiculous thing?
When lockdown's over, we'll buy a tyre, leave it at yours and train.
Right, okay, so you're right. You're at Stockport. So, Mikey, what have you got near you?
Oh, I've got a gym that would help me out.
Amazing. Are you able to get something like that that's going to help?
Yeah, I should be able to get a tyre to do that, yeah.
Right, happy days. Right, okay. And James, you can just train with Mario, because if I get a big one, we just get it in the car park and just have that all the time.
That and a load of sumo deadlifts.
Carlo, we'll just need to do a day of tyre flipping and then a rest, a couple of days rest.
Well, mate, I'm not flipping a tyre. I'll watch you have a cup of tea. Go on, Mario. Go on.
Yeah, I just need you to get your pom poms and a little dress and cheer me on.
I can do that. So this is the important bit now. In order for this to gain traction, what I've learned over all of the time of us doing the challenges is we really, really need people to document the way in which they start the journey. They need to see struggling. They need to see, it sounds awful. You've got to tap into empathy and sympathy. When I did the first challenge of the 10 marathons in 10 days, nobody was asked up until it started to go wrong and my body started to break down. Then all of a sudden it became a very interesting thing and it took off and everything like that. Nobody cared when I was pulling the plane, having a smile and a dance, and Mark had his music on and everything like that. And we're all having a laugh. At 4 a.m, where I wanted to die, the donations started coming in. So are you three okay to essentially film, document, just put, even if it's images, anything like that? Is that something you are all going to be able to do pretty much throughout the training?
Yeah.
James, are you in Stockport area?
Yeah, Bramall, mate.
Yeah. Well, we can link up and get some footage over the next 6 months.
That's good. Good.
Sounds good.
After lockdown, of course.
Of
course.
After, yes, because we're not. Yeah,
definitely.
100%. Mikey, where are you based? Where's Mikey based?
Cambridgeshire, March. I am.
Cambridge.
That's bloody hell. That's fair away, isn't it?
That's in Queens. That's in Queens, England.
Hey, that's a fair away. Bloody hell. So ask Eddie Hall to join and train with you. I mean, he could flip it with his finger, couldn't he?
Mate, Eddie's in Stoke.
He's only around the corner. Trying to get him there was really hard work. So
it cost a bit.
So to everybody now watching, these three are the first three who have volunteered to do this. Now, at the moment, it all seems like it's fun and games and it's a really good laugh.
Horrible.
And everything like that. We're going to live stream these guys on the day. And you'll get to see that what they're doing is actually a massive sacrifice, because when you start to get exhausted, nothing is fun. When exhaustion kicks in, nothing is fun.
No,
so if you can follow all these three, I'll put them in on Facebook anyway, or I'll put their Instagrams in. Please follow them. And what I'll do is automatically, you start to comment, it will just raise awareness of what it is that we're trying to do. Okay. So that's what those three are doing. Amazing. Thank you very much. Right. I'm going to bring in 1 second. I'm going to drop a couple of people off. I'm going to bring a couple more people in. 1 second.
Do you have to stay on, Carlo?
You're all right, but I want to see if there's any questions at the end, though. So if you can stay on just for a few minutes, if you can, that'd be wicked. Right. Okay. So now I'm going to bring back in Mike again. Mike's like, I wasn't expecting that. I'm back in again. Mark and Lewis. Boom. Right. Okay. Because I think, let me have a look here. Kev hasn't managed it again. I don't know how he can't do it. Right, so I've got Lewis as well now, right? Lewis guest. So his challenge, I'll let you explain what your challenge is, and then I want to get the input of the other guys and and things like that. So Lewis, introduce yourself and what is it you're going to be doing for your challenge?
So I'm Lewis Guest. I've got a team of 3 people, and we're going to be doing the Scarborough to York, to the airfield bike ride. We're going to aim to do it in under 3 hours, and it's a 45.38 mile bike ride.
For that, right? Fantastic. How much cycling do you do?
I used to do a hell of a lot, but I've not been active on a bike for at least 6 months. So it is all gone. It's all disappeared.
Training time is good. Anything that you can do now, again, promo-wise, to film where you're up to, that is going to be absolutely fantastic. The guys who you're cycling with, what's their cycling ability like? Are they the same as you, or are they going to struggle a little bit?
They will be struggling. They will be struggling a hell of a lot.
I know this sounds awful, but amazing.
I know.
Amazing. Because if you do a load of cycling, everything like that, people will go, Lewis looks fresh. But they see somebody hanging over the front of their bike, just white. That's what we want to see. Yeah. So if anything, take them on a slightly longer route. If they look like they're a bit
I'll happily
fresh,
do that.
add the next couple of miles. All right. What I want to do as well is I think the last bit, if we get a clear run on the runway to the finish line, because it's about 2.5 miles, I reckon to really go for it, when you get to the end of it, someone will say, ready, here you go, 3, 2, 1, have it, and see if you can do like a proper blast at the end.
Like a little
So
sprint.
after that, you've got 2.5 mile blast.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
If it's
Definitely
possible.
Definitely. We can definitely do that.
Right, wicked. So the good thing now is that Mike and Mark are both seeing firsthand what it's like at the end. Now, the reason we called it the journey is it's essentially like an arrival. It's the coming together of so many people, for a cause, for Ollie's Army, obviously an unbelievable cause.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll get to see kind of at the end what it's really all about. Because at the moment, everybody, about tire flipping, cycling, running, doing a marathon, doing a race, it's all kind of fun. When you get there, the feeling of being part of something that's so important for such an important cause, and the fact that so many people have come together is epic. I mean, obviously, Mark and Mike have done it the first time. What's it like just being involved in one of the challenges, in one of the events?
Well, from my point of view, it's amazing. I mean, you're just a Trojan. How you even managed to do that in the first run?
I agree.
I still don't know. I mean, I'm surprised how Lucy even managed to pull it for a little bit. It's just phenomenal. But it just goes to show it's not about the physical strength. It's all about up here. Yeah. And to be honest, I mean, you guys, I mean, I'm sat here thinking 200K, that's twice the size of me. And I'm holding a few pounds, so probably even more. But it's amazing. It's so amazing to be involved in something like this. I mean, I try and get involved in Ollie's Army as much as possible. But it is so amazing to see so many people getting involved, doing mad things, and Disney princesses. I do like a Disney princess. I'm not sure I like Kev, mind, but it might swing me.
You never know. You might have been living a lie.
Maybe.
That's a quick one as well. If we just go to Mike, dead quick, just to say it, because it's always good for like all the guys who are in the back room at the moment. So we've still got James there, Nathan there, we've got Mikey there, and obviously Lewis, who's on with us live at the moment. If you just do a dead quick, because this is always important, because there can be times where every single person who's doing one of the fitness challenges, it sounds horrible, will want to quit. Everybody at some point will want to quit. All right. Which if it gets really, really hard, I think Mike and Mark and anyone who's on the airfield knows, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. on the plane marathon, I was having a rough time. I was having, and then when I started to be sick and I was throwing up and everything like that got rough. So, Mike, just dead quick, just obviously, I know we always we talk about it all the time. I think everybody knows, but just so people are just aware, a little memory jogger, like, why are we doing it? Dead quick.
Yeah.
Why are we doing it?
Yeah. So, firstly, I'd just like thank everyone that's joining in, all the lads. I don't know these guys. It's great to meet you on here. I can't wait to meet you on the.
Sorry, I didn't even mention it. Mike is actually the guy who runs Ollie's Army. That's Ollie and Amelia's dad.
Well,
I realised
we're
half an hour in, and I haven't said that this is the guy who runs the charity.
I only have a small part.
Sorry, carry on.
Lucy's the one that runs most of it.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, great to see you on here. I can't wait to see you on the airfield. Like Carl said, it's so good to be involved in something that's not normal, really. These challenges aren't normal, and at the end of it, it is such a buzz. The adrenaline rush and everything, and you get to meet new people, you get to make new friends. Like I can say to Carl now, me and Carl are good friends now. I've go train at his gym, so you make new mates out of it. But essentially, what we are doing it for is doing for my 2 children and other children with CNL2 Battens disease. So CNL2 Battens disease is a neurodegenerative brain disorder, and it's a fatal disease. The age is between 6 and 12. Ollie's now 10. Amelia is now 7. And what we need to do is we need to raise the funds. We need to raise £250,000 to try and save Amelia's eyesight and other children's. Ollie is now blind. So unfortunately, we can't do that for him. But it's very, very well. I don't even have to explain it. We've got to save Amelia's eyesight. We've got to do it for her quality of life and everything else that goes with it. So I just want you to remember when you're doing your training and when you're doing your event, when you're flipping the tyre down the airfield, what you're doing it for. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing it. But also remember that when you're going through that pain, at least you can do it. At least you've got them abilities to do it. You know, Ollie can't walk or anything now. He'd love to be able to run down the airfield. So make the most of it. Enjoy it. Enjoy training and everything. I'll be there, obviously, trying to support everyone as much as I can, live streaming and stuff. Unfortunately, I can't do a challenge because I'll be busy. I'd love to join in the tyre flip, honestly. I think I'd turn it on its edge. I'd turn the tyre on its edge and just roll it, I think. But no, again, thank you from me and Lucy and all of everyone to do with Ollie's Army, that you're doing this for all children with CNL2 Battens. It means so much, and it's going to be such a great day.
Amazing. So you know why we're all doing it. I'm just going to just jump everybody back on 1 second. Who have we lost? I mean, Mario, who's so good face to camera. We've lost him. Gutting. So dead quick as well, guys. So I don't know if I've actually gone over. I'm almost keeping mine a little bit quieter. So my challenge is going to be a little bit early doors, because what I'm doing is it looks like it's going to be Ormond Street. I'm going to start from. I'm going to try and do the world's hardest Ironman. So I'm going to try and do it in one go with no sleep. There'll be small breaks like we do normally, but no sleep. So it's going to be 250 miles, 250 miles cycle with a weighted vest on. We then take the weighted vest off, and we've got a reservoir. Get in the reservoir, and it's a 5 mile open water swim. Obviously, the weighted vest isn't on at that point. We then get out of the reservoir, put the weighted vest on, trainers on, and then it's a marathon to the airfield. And then when I get to the airfield, it's going to be some kind of a vehicle pull, be it a plane, a car, something like that, for the 2.5 miles down the airfield to finish the thing off. So a real weird one here is that if everyone else has finished their challenge when that happens, if I can ask that if you wouldn't mind giving me a little bit of help, because
100%.
I get a little bit weird. I get a bit weird. So you'll notice that when exhaustion hits things, I'll probably been up then for about 52 hours-ish, something like that, 50 hours. And when the exhaustion gets in, I don't make a lot of sense. So if I say stuff and my sentences don't sound right or anything like that, sometimes people get a bit worried by it. So before we started the last challenge, I actually explained to everyone before we started it, I'm doing this of my own choice because it can look a little bit stupid. And if I start, it's only if I start to lose consciousness and stuff like that we need to stop. But other than that, everything else will be fine. So as long as we know that every single person who's taking part in a challenge is also there to support each and every other person. Because I'll tell you what, doing the tire flip, I'm going to put that out there now because I've never done it. I've done running, cycling, and fighting. I haven't done anything else. I've never done strong, but I imagine that that's going to start to wear on your body very quick, very fast. So if you guys doing a running like Nathan, if you're doing all right in your marathon and you can see that, say, we've got James and Mike on here, that they are really starting to struggle, just maybe some words of encouragement or just something to help out a little bit, because it's going to get, I think that's going to be the roughest thing of the day. I think the tire flip. And then obviously, Lewis, if you manage to get in really, really quickly and you manage to get in and, people still doing the marathon, that's done. Just jump in and try and G everybody on, try and get as much as is humanly possible. Jump on your phone, live stream it and stuff like that, because it's all about gaining awareness at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I realize that once again, I've rambled like crazy on this. Is there anything that anybody else wants to point out? Because I know I've taken up now nearly 35, 40 minutes of your evening. Is there anything anyone wants to ask or go over?
Nothing.
No.
Oh, that was comfortable. That was easy, wasn't it? Right, brilliant. So the main thing now then is if everyone can document their training, and then if you get anything else you want me to put on the page, get it out there and put it on the page. And as much as possible. You can send it through to me directly on the Cartoons Project page or my personal page, and I will get it sent straight out. I'll put it out on all of the pages. I'll put it on the boosted posts, because the idea is it's promoting it's all of your challenges individually. So this isn't it's a project that we're running, the Cartoons Project, but it's not my challenge. It's our challenge. So everyone's got their own amazing role to play in it, irrelevant of what the challenge is. So send everything through to me. I will promote it, and then hopefully between us, I really want us to try and hit it. We only raised 25 grand in the last in the last one. My last 3 challenges in total were about 75 to 80,000. We need 250. So people need to see pain. People need to see you go for it like crazy. All right. Yeah. So thank you very much for everybody who has been on. You'll be able to see the video. Obviously, you're on at the moment, but if you don't mind afterwards, just sharing it, writing a post, say, look, get in contact with some of the team. This is what we're doing. It's all about getting it out there as much as possible. So all good. Right. Thank you very much. I'm going to end. I'm going to end the broadcast. Everybody else will still be on for a second, but I'm just going to end it. So we're no longer going to be live.